Folks, Brian Blessing in Las Vegas. Glad to be with you, and we're ready for a huge weekend. Set the table, build your bankroll. Divisional round of the playoffs in the NFL. Oddsworthbetting.com. Love being with you here at scoresandodds.com. Go right below this video. Check out oddsworthbetting.com's featured pick of the day for as little as $7. They're geared up for football this weekend, but there are plenty of opportunities for us on the wagering board on a Friday night. Let's update the NFL numbers for you. KC, New England a 5-point favorite. Total in the game is 42.5. How about that? A team that's on a flat-out roll like KC catching this many points. Thought the same thing last week with Seattle laying the big number on the road against Minnesota. Look for Alex Smith to run the ball. They used the read option last week. Try to shorten the game, keep Brady off the field. Then you've got Green Bay and Arizona. It's a rematch game, very similar to that Seattle-Minnesota game. Seattle boat raced Minnesota, but really the Vikings should have beaten Seattle in the rematch. And then you've got Green Bay, who lost 38-8 at Arizona recently. But boy, Rodgers and the Packers found some rhythm against the Skins, and now there's no Matthew in the secondary for the Cardinals. So they could be a little bit of a different team here. That's an interesting game. Seattle's at Carolina. Got to tell you, the number one seed probably didn't want to catch this matchup. They're only laying 2.5, which is almost unheard of. The number one seed with only one loss, off a bye, only laying 2.5 points. And then the Pittsburgh-Denver game. Finally, the number's up 6.5, 7. Denver's favored, but there's questions about Manning. Roethlisberger's going to play hurt. Antonio Brown's likely going to go, but it's the total that's very telling in this spot, only 39.5. With those two quarterbacks, and the total is only 39.5. Again, gray areas. What is the health of both of these key players on offense heading into this game? Let's go to Friday night on the NBA hardwoods, and we look at a pretty healthy roster of games. You get rematches. It's kind of the theme to this video, revenge and rematch spots. Minnesota, Oklahoma City played earlier this week. Dallas at Chicago is an interesting game. Miami's at Denver, and the get-out game, LeBron James at Houston to take on Harden and the Rockets. Keeping the theme alive as we go to college basketball. Usually Friday night, we get Metro Atlantic and Ivy League action, but there are some pretty good A-10 games on a Friday night here. GW is at Dayton. But the theme continues with the rematch and the revenge. Earlier this year, Canisius upset Monmouth, just slaughtered them. And Monmouth had pulled off a lot of big wins early in the season. Well, in the rematch, when Canisius went to Monmouth, they got boat raced. Manhattan's been bad. They upset Canisius. Now Canisius is at Manhattan. They get the revenge opportunity in this spot. And then you get the aforementioned Monmouth side at Iona's a pretty good Metro Atlantic game for you on a Friday night in college basketball. As for hockey, that angle continues. You get Boston at Buffalo. First time around, Buffalo upset the Bruins, and they were none too happy about that. They were very upset, in fact, that they were beaten by the Sabres. So I think the Bruins come in ill humor, but they're catching the Sabres team that's in great form. Great road trip. They had a chance to beat Chicago, lost 3-1, but then beat Winnipeg and Minnesota, playing better hockey of late. But watch, from a scheduling opportunity, the Caps play on Thursday night. They're going to be sitting in Buffalo eating chicken wings, watching the Sabres play, and then get the Sabres the next night. So a big edge to the Caps for the game on Saturday. Always have to look at the scheduling opportunities that are available to us on the board. And some of the other games of note, the aforementioned Winnipeg and Minnesota, teams that lost to Buffalo, both teams slumping mightily. Somebody's got to win this. Winnipeg and Minnesota, teams fighting to get in the playoffs, but not currently in very good form. I'll tell you who's in good form. Oddsworthbetting.com, the featured pick of the day. It's available to you right below this video. As always, each and every day here at scoresandodds.com, we invite you to check it out. I'll be downtown on Fremont Street for you this weekend, the divisional round of the NFL playoffs.